Hi everyone, so today's video is going to be a what's on my iPad. I'm doing this because a lovely girl asked me to. Also, I said a while back when I got the iPad that I would potentially do one of these because it is quite interesting, and I remember when I first got mine I really wanted to know like some good apps and what people had on theirs and stuff like that, and I googled a lot of these videos, well, searched them on YouTube. Anyway, so I've got my iPad here. Now I was trying to think which one this is, and I'm not 100% sure because they bring out that many all the time. It's not the iPad mini, it's a full size one. I got it in September last year, and it's not the iPad 2, I think it's the iPad 3. It's the one with the retina display anyway, and it's a 32GB, just with Wi-Fi. It doesn't have 3G just because I didn't see the point in that. I have my phone which has 3G. So this was ideal for me, and I think it was just under £500, 480 or something like that. Now, you know, I'm not bragging in this video. This baby is like my life, and I saved every penny of my own money to purchase this. So this was all bought with my own money from my pay, and it's just, oh, honestly, when I bought it as well, I was like, I wonder if I'll open it, I wonder if I'll return it. It's such a lot of money to spend on a little thing like that, and now I just couldn't live without this. This is my baby. So it's in the cover that you get from Apple, the one that does all the flip thing like that, and this was £39 itself, but I really wanted the Apple one. I like the way you could set this up using this, and it's nice. It frames the front of the iPad really nicely, nice and sturdy, and you know, it's lasted me well. It's starting to look a bit tarnished now, but I have had it since September, and I really like the baby blue. So that is what I've got on it. I think for travelling I need to get some sort of padded case for it, and I don't know whether Cath Kidston does some of them, so if anybody knows them, tell me down below, because I really am needing like a padded case, because I took this away at the weekend and I dropped my suitcase and this was in the front, and I was just praying that it hadn't been smashed, but it was fine. But I don't feel like this cover is durable for when I'm travelling. So anyway, I'm going to start and tell you what is on my iPad. So I have got a wee passcode there. And my lock screen, I don't know if I'll show you in a minute, I can't think, is Cath Kidston. Nah, we just missed it. But it's Cath Kidston, which is the same as my screen there. And you can get these pictures, you just Google Cath Kidston background, and they actually have pictures that you can download and save on the Cath Kidston website. So that's what this one is, and also my lock screen one, which is that. It's a nice flower. So yeah, that's how I got them. So let's start on the iPad. Right, on this first page, it's just all the kind of general stuff that you get with the iPad that, to be honest, I don't use all that often. The likes of maps, music, contacts, your wee notes app, your app store, obviously I use that all the time. And then I've got iTunes, I've got my settings, Game Center, which I never really use. There's FaceTime, and all that kind of jazz in your calendar and stuff. So that's that. Then at the bottom I've got the things that I use most often. So I've not updated the software on this yet, because apparently if you do, then you don't have a YouTube app, which I'm a wee bit gutted about. I don't know how that works, but I've not updated it for that reason. So I've got YouTube here, I've got my mail, so my emails, I've got my camera, I've got photos, and I've got Safari. So that's kind of all the stuff that I use quite a lot on my iPads. So that's like the first wee page, and obviously my essentials down the bottom. And then moving on, I've only got 2 pages, and on my second one I have got all the fun stuff. So we start with Wunderlist at the top, which is great for making lists. I use that quite a lot. Really, really handy. Facebook, use it all the time. Instagram, even more. We've got Twitter. I don't use Twitter all that often, to be honest. I never post stuff on it. But if I want to see some updates in somebody's life or whatever, then I'll have a little Twitter creep. But that's up there. Then I've got my 2 games, which are like the only games that I play on my iPad and on my iPhone as well. And it's Temple Run, and then it's the Brave Temple Run. They're just amazing. I love Temple Run, and I really like the Brave one because I really love that film. It's just dead fun to play. And then we've got iBooks, which, to be honest, I haven't used all that often. I really should. Let's see what I've got here. I downloaded Jekyll and Hyde, so I could read that, Pride and Prejudice, and then 100 Quotations to Make You Think. So they're all free books that you could read, so I really should read Jekyll and Hyde and Pride and Prejudice. It's really handy when I'm travelling to have this, and then I've got a book on it, so if I don't have enough space to take a book, then I've got this here. So that's that. And then next to it I've got Blog Lovin', which is an app if you want to follow blogs, then you can download that one. I haven't used it all that often, to be honest. I'm always watching videos, or on Instagram I just don't have enough time to follow a lot of blogs, which is a shame because I really used to when I used my laptop, but since I've got this I haven't been that into it, and there was a lot of blogs that I loved and that I followed constantly, and I've just not followed them since, so I'm kind of disappointed in that, but hey, what can you do? Then I've got BBC iPlayer, which is great if you want to find something to watch. 4OD, so you can watch all the stuff on Channel 4 on it. Excuse me. Then I've got Adobe Reader, and I've got Google Plus, and I'm not 100% sure why I've got them or what they're for, but I obviously downloaded them at some stage to be able to watch something, so I don't want to delete them, because then if I need them again then I would just have to reinstall them, so they just kind of sit there but they don't get used all that often, so this kind of area isn't really used all that often. I have got my absolute favourite app, which is Netflix, and if you don't have Netflix you need to join because it's just amazing. I'm currently watching Dexter. I've just finished season 5, so I'm going on to season 6, but I'm really gutted because the end of season 5, it was a good one, but it was sad as well because what happened wasn't what I wanted to happen, and I won't spoil it because if you haven't watched Dexter then you should get Netflix and watch it. But it's just a really great app. Fantastically laid out. If it'll load. Keep it here a while. There we go. And there's always so much to watch. So Dexter, I was watching Jersey Shore. That's like popular on Dexter. And then you've got British TV, dark dramas, lots of good films, romance, all that kind of jazz. So it's a really good app to have. And then next to that we've got my ASOS app, which is fantastic, and that's how I do all my ASOS shopping, so I definitely require one of them. Yeah, none of my apps want to load, so that's just that. Shop women, shop men, and you can just use that to buy all your ASOS bits and bobs. It's easier than having to work on the website because obviously in Safari everything's quite small, so you'd have to zoom in on things to be able to select them. So it's much easier using that. And then I've got my Santander UK, which I use to do my online banking, which is really handy. I never used to have online banking until I got this guy, and I just absolutely love it. I don't have to go to the cash machine to check my balance or anything like that. I've got Skype here, which I use all the time. Really handy because my brother lives in Poland, so we use that to Skype him. I had a friend who lives in Arbroath, so I use that to Skype him as well, so it's just great. It's really handy to have. And then in here, this is like my only wee area that's organised. I've got editing apps, and this is all my apps that I use to edit my pictures. So we've got, well, first one I use to edit videos if I record a video on this, so I've got iMovie. Then I've got PicFix, which is one of my favourite to edit Instagram pictures. I've got Papelook, which I just discovered over the weekend, and it's really good. It's got some great little love hearts and little bows. It's really cute. Nostalgia, which is basically you can include 3 different pictures in one thing, basically, for Instagram. And then I've got Insta Collage, which is there, and that was free, and the good thing about that is you can use a love heart, so put a white love heart around your pictures if you're wanting any of them. Pixel Romantic, which is really nice, and Insta Editor as well. So that's like them. Then this here, excuse me, I was deciding whether to delete this earlier, and I'm really glad that I had another browse at it because it's like an Italian recipe thing, and I found this really nice recipe which I'm actually going to go to the shop and buy stuff to make for my lunch because it looks delicious. It's basically pasta with tomatoes, mozzarella and basil all mixed together with some pepper. So this is a really nice recipe app, and it's like Giallo Saffron. So sorry, my camera totally cut off there, but I thought I'd just give you an overview of what is on my iPad. So this was all the boring ones that I talked about, just general. This is the ones that I use quite a lot: YouTube, email, camera, photos, Safari. And onto the exciting page. This is everything here. there we go. So if you have any questions, just leave them down below and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!